Hi there, my name is Companiets, and in this video I will show you 5 different methods how you can improve your videos post-production. And also we will talk about preparation, filming, importing and sorting of your videos, editing and publishing of them. So let's move on straight to the content. I first started making videos in 2004 and I believe it was 14 years ago. In that time I had no idea how to prepare and what to do before I start filming my videos. I had no idea how to edit them, where to publish them. I even don't know about YouTube. And the fun fact to know that YouTube even didn't exist before 2007, I believe. So, if you ever tried to make a video, you know that before you start filming, you need to understand what exactly you would be filming. If it's an educational video or if it's some animation or a short movie, you need to have a script. And the most simple way to write a script is to use a piece of paper or to write it down in Evernote or in a notepad, like whatever. But the main method you use is text. Text is great and it works till now. Most of movies are written like texts and people read books which are written in text. But I have a better way to do it, and this way is called mind map. If you're not familiar with mind mapping, it's a simple software which is free or paid, you can choose. There is a lot of different publishers which have their own software. Also you can download it for free. I put a link down in the description for these videos. And this software helps you to visualize your thoughts and your ideas. It creates like a lot of different branches from which you can add or remove some parts. You can just change them. If you understand that one part needs to be somewhere else, you can move it further to be in the middle or in the end of your script. And you can also add not just text information, you can add something like images, videos, like notes to describe what's inside every single branch. And this mind mapping technique helps me, and I hope it will help you, to better understand how to prepare for filming. Right now, for the last year, the only way I prepare my videos is mind mapping. Even right now, I have a laptop here in the front of me. You cannot see it, but trust me, it's here. So I created a mind map, and while I'm not looking in the camera, while I make stops, these jump cuts, I just take a look here on mind map and I see the overall picture in front of me. And this is much easier to understand what should be next, what was previous, what I have said and what I have forgotten. So use this technique and I am pretty sure that it will help you to make your videos much easier. The second tip is all about filming. When you not feel familiar with the camera or you can feel shy, sometimes you can just be struggling while talking to the camera. And I know it could be really hard because even right now I have some problems talking to the camera because my accent, my English is not so well as I would like it to be. So sometimes my thinking is much faster than my talking. So that's why sometimes I just stop and I try to remember some words in my head, and this makes me nervous. And to make your filming and to make your appearance on camera much better, I have a great exercise for you which will improve it drastically. And this exercise is very simple. It took somewhere from 30 minutes to 1 hour, and you can do it almost every day. All you have to do is to have a video camera. It could be your phone or it could be a DSLR, whatever. You just need something to make it filming you. And when you put your camera and turn it on, you need to make, let's say, a video diary. Every day, starting from today, you can spend as much time as you want, but I recommend you to spend at least 30 minutes every day filming yourself talking to the camera. And your main goal is to be familiar with camera, to feel relaxed and to know how to behave in front of camera. It will help you to visualize your thoughts inside your head and to make you a better presenter when you talk to the camera. Even right now, when I'm talking to camera, I do it like an exercise. When I make some mistakes, I'm not trying to stop myself, to correct myself, to listen to that inner voice inside my head which says like, you are so bad presenter, you should improve, but I don't know what to do. So that's what I'm just continue talking. I'm trying to understand my mistakes, but I am thinking of them and I'm trying improving them, not right now in the moment, but maybe tomorrow and after a few days. And this makes me more relaxed in the front of camera. So, starting from today, just put your camera on the tripod or use your phone, sit in front of it and try to talk to the camera. And every single day, after you are filming yourself, you will feel how you are improving. And trust me, in 30 days, when you will see that first video you created, and you will compare it to the last video you created, you will see a huge difference, just amazing difference. You will be much and much better in your presentation skills in the front of the camera. So that was the second tip, and now let's move on to the next one. Now let's talk about importing, sorting and storing your footage. After you filmed, you have a memory card with some footage on them, and you need somehow to start editing this footage. But before you actually go to editing, you need to store it on your PC or Mac or whatever. And the simplest method is to use external hard drive. Actually, I recommend you to using a few hard drives, and I'll explain why in a minute. When you download videos from your memory cards, the chances are that you will format those memory cards and you will forever delete those footage. And if you accidentally delete it from your computer, it's just gone, it will never come back. So the idea here is to make a second backup copy to your external hard drive, but it's not all. There is a very simple method how you can do it. After you insert your card into the computer, you can just copy and paste it somewhere in different folder, but it actually took time because you need to write down the name of the folder, you need to create some dates as I did it before. I was creating a folder with a year like 2017, then I created a subfolder like 2017 with a month and day, and then I just put my videos inside that folder. But for now I have a better strategy, much easier. I'm using Adobe Lightroom. When you use Adobe Lightroom, it has this feature in its importing tab. When you go to importing and you can just choose your memory card, Lightroom can automatically do all this stuff for you. It could create this main folder and inside subfolders with years, days, months, and even your custom name for that folder you're importing to. But the second great part is that Lightroom can automatically create a backup for you. It will just create 2 copies of the same media in 2 different locations. Let's say the first one would be your computer and the second one would be your external hard drive with your videos. So this was my third tip, and let's move on to the fourth one. Now let's talk about editing. Editing could be really tricky because often when you have all this footage on your timeline, you don't know where to start. But as you know, these editing programs are called NLE, which stands for non-linear editing. And the main idea here that you can start your editing not linear, you can start it from any point in time. So my tip is to start your editing from that moment or from that video or audio or image where you know what to do or where you feel you want to start from that point. Let's say your final video is 5 minutes long and you have a lot of short clips on your timeline, but you're feeling that you really understand how your video needs to be in the end. Not the beginning, but in the end. So the idea is to start editing your video from that end part, and when you just start mixing and matching your videos on the timeline, you see that that you have something from that point and you have some final video looks exactly how you imagined it in your mind, you can just move forward and finish on the start of your video. And this way is very powerful, because when you feel comfortable with something, with doing something, and you're not frustrating like, wow, where to start? What should I do first? It will be much easier for you to make your video happen and happen really fast. And another tip about editing is to use this idea of speedrun gaming. There is a lot of people in the world which play computer games and try to finish these computer games really fast. And this is true. They know some cheats, some codes, or some shortcuts how to do everything much faster. Do it! And I encourage you to use the same idea while you are editing your videos. If you know some shortcut how to make your video faster, use it. If you know some program which is more comfortable for you and more familiar, use that program. Don't try to use another programs or using something complicated. It will just slow you down and you'll spend much more time on that editing process. So these two mindsets about editing would save you a lot of time. Do it! And now let's move on to the fifth tip. And this tip is exporting. Exporting could be really hard, especially if you don't have a really powerful PC or Mac where you render it. Because rendering took all the power of your computer and it could took like a lot of time. Some of my videos I'm making on this computer, and as you can see I have two monitors right now. This computer was made in 2009 and it's almost like 10 years ago. It's very old but still powerful. From time to time I upgrade it, I add a new video card, a new hard drive, more RAM and so on. But in general it's not so powerful and it's not so fast. I wish it to be. So, when you deal with such computers as I do and you want to make everything faster, your rendering could be a bottleneck and took just a huge amount of time. And if you make some mistake in your rendering, just imagine it took a lot of time, and in the end when you preview your final video, you notice some mistake inside of this video and you're just thinking like, oh I need to make everything straight from the beginning, and you spend again the same amount of time for rendering. And when your computer is rendering, you actually cannot use it because it's very slow, and if you open another applications, it could just break it. Your rendering could stop, your computer could freeze or whatever. You have an idea what I'm talking about. So, to prevent this in future, all you have to do is to create low quality render, or as some people could call it, to create a proxy file. Actually, proxies is a bit different, but the main idea is similar. You create really small quality videos and the rendering is much faster because the size of your final video is small. If you have like 4K videos or Full HD videos, you can create just a small preview copy, like somewhere 480 or 720 or so on, with low bitrate, with low settings, and this rendering could take like 10 times less for final preview. And when you have this preview, you can just watch it from start till the end, see if there is something wrong, and if it's okay, then you can make a final render with a really great high quality. And this will save you a lot of time, trust me. Hope you enjoyed this tip, and now let's move on to the final one. And the final sixth tip is about publishing your video. You can publish it to Facebook, to YouTube, to Instagram, Vimeo, and you can count on different other platforms where you can upload it. But the main idea is simple. You want your video to be seen by lots of other people. And to make it happen, all you have to do is to think and to add your keywords to your video. How to do it? If you have video, let's say, about playing computer games or some particular computer game, try to make a research on Google or on other platforms, also on YouTube, and to see what people are looking for. What are the top videos about this topic? What people watch, what people like, what people dislike. And when you understand the overall situation about your topic, you can clearly understand what keywords or what main phrases people are looking for, and try to add those phrases into your video title straight in the beginning. Also, you can use them a few times in your description and in your tags, and it will do its work, especially on YouTube, because YouTube works similar like Google. It uses different SEO methods to move your video up in the search results if they have the same words which people are typing and which people are looking for. So this tip will make your publishing result appear much higher in the overall search results of different platforms. Hope you like this video. Write down a comment. Also, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's brand new. I just created this first video today, and it will be really cool to see more people here hanging around, and after I publish new videos you will be notified about them. Also, if you are interested in learning more about video production or YouTube, you can check out my courses which are available with those links in the description. So, my name is Kompaniec. I was really glad to share these tips with you, and I see you in the next videos. Bye!